So in devorah by the Ramak, chapter 7, we learn about teferes, which is how can one accustom himself to involvement in the Torah, toiling in it. And one must be careful not to be haughty and cause great evil, because that causes splendor or teferes above, which is Torah, to become haughty and withdraw and be aloof above also, God forbid. Rather, anyone that lowers himself with words of Torah causes splendor to descend and lower itself to flow to kingship. There's 4 sephiros below teferes, and have 3 traits. So, but before that, just toiling, involvement in teferet, you have to remember do and do not do. Do is chesed and don't do is devorah, and that's the right arm. The left arm teferet is like this sort of like the harmony, the blend, something new like the sun. Both see it and not see it. Mati velo mati. You can't like see the sun, but like you see the sun. You bring heaven down to earth, teferes to malchus. So, one who becomes haughty over his students, these are the students of Hashem. He causes teferet, which the splendor, to be haughty and rise above. The students are netzach and hod, victory and majesty, right leg, left leg, which are those taught of God, students of Hashem, of splendor. But one who lowers himself and teaches in an easygoing way with love, teferes, splendor, will also lower itself toward its students and teach them according to what they can have their ability to absorb and carry. And in his merit, splendor will flow upon those taught of God, according to their aspect that is fitting for them. 2, one who makes himself haughty with his Torah over a poor person and shames him, causing teferet to be haughty over this poor person who's yesod and not the foundation, and not the flow upon it. But if the mind of the sage is settled with the poor person, teferet flows through yesod. Hence, a poor person should be very important to the sage and bring him close. He should bring him close to connect so that they're like on par. So yesod will be considered above, like to the level of teferet, like the pelvis to the heart. And 3, the third trait, one who becomes haughty from his Torah upon the people of the land, the common general folk, causes teferes to become haughty over kingship, malchus, represented by the feet, or also the mouth, like shows that was walk the talk, talk the walk, and not flow on it. So it causes it to be haughty over malchut and not flow on it. Rather, his disposition be pleasant with creatures of, and all people of the settlement be important in front of him, as they are below in the secret of the land. All civilized people should be highly esteemed before him. Calling them donkeys lowers them to the klipos, the husks, God forbid, and the shells, the forces, like the shadow forces. Shadow forces mean that the vessels, like that which holds the light, not the light itself, or the peels, or whatever. There's so many different ways to say it. But we could also, and he will not merit to have a son, like the skin even. And he will not merit to have a son that'll have the light of the Torah in him. Rather, he should behave with them gently according to their way, like how Teferet that flows to Malchus and guides her according to her manner, according to the poverty of her mind. He should be easygoing with his behavior towards them. Included in this is that he not become haughty over the weak of mind, which are included in the dust of the earth. And because of this, ancient ones would not become haughty from their Torah. And you see her compared to the poverty of her mind. We could even say that men are supposed to be the calm, cool, and collected mental, like clarity for women, for sure. And be like she's like holding space in the heart, and he has to hold space in the mind. He has to think for her. How does she think? And and be accustomed in his this person in Teferet, to accustom himself toiling in the Torah, to be accustomed in his going back and forth in words of Torah, to intend reparation of the divine Shekhinah presence, the tikkun, that is correction, that makes rectification, the l'shem yicha, to repair the name, to repair it, rectify and adorn it, to Teferet, like a disagreement for the sake of the heavens, to have the law correspond to it. And he separates from any disagreement that goes out of this line, as Teferet will not want to grasp what is outside, even if it be words of Torah. And to make the name one, like to make it that Hashem and His Shekhinah, the presence, the one that calls Hashem is one, him and who calls him. So if it's just to argue, its end will be Gehenna, God forbid. Or we can say hell, purgatory. And you have no disagreement that doesn't harm splendor, Teferet, because the disagreement of the Torah for the sake of the heavens, as all of its paths are peace, and love is at its end. So basically, it's not really even considered a disagreement. And one who consumes or derives benefits, pleasures from the words of Torah hurt this trait,